There's no testing right now. Okay? Stand by. Alright. Surreal. Okay. Ignore any idle chatter you hear in the background. Okay. I got family here, y'all. I might need a more soundproof room. Excuse me. Those words here. Yeah, those are the regular music. But I'll try to get them to lower it, so. Yeah, can we lower that a little bit? Lower that TV a little bit? A little bit. Okay. Okay, looks like we are live right now. Tommy Rat here. This is the first of a series of the hardcore punk rant I'm doing about stuff I want to talk about, within the scene, everything that's within movement here. So, anybody's free to join in and ask questions. That will be greatly appreciated. So, you can watch it now. Excuse me a second. You can watch it now or watch it later. Doesn't matter. It's cool. I'm cool with either one. So, okay, you might hear some idle chatter in the background here. I got family over here. They're listening to their music. Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta fix this here. And, alright. This is so much better now. Okay. Get to see my Bad Brains poster right behind me. Alright. Like I said, ignore the idle chatter in the background, okay? This is not, maybe I need to get this room soundproofed or something at some point. That's something I might need to do. That might be an investment I need to. You can help me out with that, So if you're a first time visitor here to watch any of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with people who might not see it, and comment. I accept all comments. Okay. All right, we'll try to do as much as we can, for as long as we could do it. All right. So let's see how this goes here. Okay, recently I saw an interview with Billy Milano. Let me see, what was the guy's channel? Yeah, I don't do this all I have no format here. I'm just gonna tell you this. I don't have no major format here, so I'm shooting air at the cups because this is live. My feet are going to be held to the fire on whatever I do here. Hold on a second. I'm just looking at something. Looking at something here. Give me a second. Okay. All right, hold on a second. I just want to get some information together before I go any further. I mean, that's great. See this guy talk.
Psychos? I was the big.
Okay, it was on Rob's Metalworks. That's whose channel it was on. No, it was cool seeing him, seeing him do this interview. I gotta say, back then he didn't pull no punches, and today he's definitely not pulling any punches. I respect him for what he did. I remember that I knew him from back in the day, like when I hanging out with guys like Rob Kabula, Alex Cannon, and that he was playing in a band called Hinckley Fan Club. With him singing. And then things got changed around where it became cause for alarm, and Keith Burkhart was singing, and sometime after that, Billy joined the Psychos on bass. They went on doing Stormtroopers of Death, and I think MOD. I don't know which came first, but anyway. But that's really like hit the high note with the SOD. And speaking of Psychos, a mutual friend of mine on Facebook told me that Stu Psycho passed away. I don't have any confirmation on that, on what or how. I don't know the details. I haven't seen him since the late '90s. You know, after he was me and him went back and forth on a few bands. Okay, I'm going to go into that history. So me and him were in the Psychos together until the very end, and then. Basically, I think we laid low for a few months, and then, we managed to form Trip 6 together, Problem with that is, like, we were trying to use Psycho, we were using talks from the Psychos, but nobody gave a shit. I mean, it wasn't the same thing as the Psychos, I'll tell you that. Two different bands. There were two different bands. And then he started going on his, he went on a binge. I'm not going to go into details like that. He went on a binge. And he started, getting in all sorts of, he started, messing with the wrong people. There's a story where he tried to hold up somebody with a hatchet, but he got overpowered by the person he tried to hold up, and then he got arrested. I mean, these stories are in my book, so check it out. And went to visit him, kept in touch with him after that, kept in touch with him during that time that he was locked up. And then went to so he got out. Me, him, and Roger met. Talked about me and him talked about doing a band again, and basically I told him let's do some new shit, do some new stuff. Okay. So I mean, felt nothing was happening with the scene at the time, and so we named the band Rejuvenate. That's how. And I mean, before we even got the name, we had people. So we had people first before we even got the name. Me and him just didn't come up with the name by ourselves or anything like that. Ran into Jerry Smiley on Avenue A. I ran into him and told him about band, and like he wanted to play drums. So got him in, and gave him like how should I say, a new meaning of more of a purpose in life to do music again at the time. And we were playing with this kid named Ricky on bass, who was in college, going out to college out in Jersey. I forget what the school was that he went to. But so we played our first show. We used to practice at the studio called Context on MUA. It's a good studio, but I don't think they really cared for our type of music. Because one day they just decided, oh, we're not allowed to come back here no more. So, okay, give us back our deposit. And we just went elsewhere. I think around that time we started going to all these studios that were on 30th Street, which is like a big hub. I don't know if there's still if it's still like that anymore. Like, because like they had all these one buildings, this one building on 30th Street, and I believe 10th Avenue. You had all these studios in there. Which was, they either competed with each other or worked together in some way, But they managed to do business there, especially at that part of Manhattan. Now we played our first show at ABC Del Rio, and it was like a last minute type of thing. Nausea was on the bill. SFA, I think Bike 77. Somebody canceled from the show. It was like some kind of benefit for them. Alright, this is what I'm drinking right now. It's got stevia in it. Okay? No sugar. But I could always do better. Hold on a second. Just checking something over here. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this was a deal. If they needed a band for the show, and the deal is I get in touch with everybody, find out if they could all do it at the last minute notice, and if there's equipment we could use, because nobody ain't gonna be ready to bring no equipment for that. Nobody didn't have no time to do that shit. So help us. So basically, all those were actually it was Johnny Siff that called me. He called me up about it, so he was the one that knew about it and wanted to call me. He wanted to get in touch with me about it, so he helped us get our first show. I mean, it went over well. I think after that, we did get a second show after that with Jesus Crust. This was a show that Ralphie Boy booked. I think it was at ABC Del Rio. I think at the time, I think it was. I think Neil. I think it was either Freddie. I think Freddie was setting up the shows over there at the time. I think he was. And Neil used to rent the PA system over there. I could be wrong about that, but because I know Neil used to bring his traveling distro with him that he had at the time. it was that show, and then so the day before that show, we had we had practice. No, the day or 2 days before. Usually we never like to practice the day before a show. I never liked that policy. I never liked that. Like doing that. So, yeah, Stu was was getting piss tested at the time, so he couldn't have been doing hard drugs, but he was drinking a lot. And so I figured at that time he was on his best behavior. He was living in New Jersey with this fire chief named Calvin. He calls me up the next day, telling me that he got arrested for breaking into somebody's apartment in New Jersey on a fire escape. This was right after practice. He had this nice SG guitar that he got on his back while doing it. And so cops saw him, they smashed his guitar, he got arrested and locked up for parole violation. And pretty much nobody could get him out. There was like a huge bond. There was like a 25. They would let him out for $500, but problem was nobody had a $25,000 bond to get him out of there. So that was a whole problem with that. So he was back in jail, and I didn't hear from him until like a few months later. I think a few months later he was in New York jail on Canal Street. So me and Jerry visited him, and basically he said he was going to do his own thing, like with music, once he got out. And I don't know if he ever did. I don't know. But basically, I was talking to other friends prior to that, like Big Charlie, rest his soul. He was saying, listen, if he's in jail for like that, he can't, come back to the city. He can't come back to the city because that was going to drag his ass down, and that's basically what happened. So once he was out, he did reach out to me, remember that show, to him it didn't look like this, I don't know, like he was witnessing the new breed of hardcore bands that were around. And, I don't think wasn't his thing, it seemed. So basically he just laid low. And recently I just heard from somebody, he supposedly passed away. I don't know the details about that. I don't have any other information on that as well, so that's all I'm going to say. I mean, it should be noted, like a guy like him, who was like a pioneer in the old in the old New York hardcore scene, like him being in the Psychos since day one. He was like the original guitar player with him and Billy as the original members, and that were there till the very end. I mean, somebody like him, that should be noted, but then again, that's not our call. Leave that to his loved ones and his families to deal with that. That's it. That is their call. Have respect for the dead. Rest in peace, Stu, if that's really true. And Jerry Smiley, he passed away before I moved out of New York. And still really don't know the full details on what happened with his passing. But that's okay. Now this is what happened last time I saw him. On the weekend prior to his passing, I ran into him in Manhattan, driving my car in Manhattan, you know, and he actually had these WWE action figures in a paper bag, and he was like, he just had them with him, and like he's telling me, "Hey Tommy, I got these. I'm glad I saw you, man. I got these action figures. You want them?" I saw what they were, and I took them. I gladly took them, and you know, he needed a ride to 15th Street and I think it was 8th Avenue. He was going to a dentist, and this was on a Saturday. He was going to a dentist. And then after the weekend, I found out he passed away. I mean, but don't know the full details on that either. So that's two original members of Rejuvenate gone. I think if Rejuvenate had Stu in the band, it would have went in a different direction than what we saw, than what everybody was witness to. Because Stu was an amazing guitar player, I'll tell you. Guy knew he used like two different tunings for his songs, he wrote. And like he had to play these songs back to back if they were in this type of tuning. Sometimes, you know, he would try to tune his guitar while playing also. That was an amazing feat, I gotta tell you. I mean, there's something I encountered. You know, some of you out there, some of you heads might know some people who might do something similar, but that's cool. All right, that was. Now another thing I wanted to talk about. I saw a post that somebody on some random hardcore punk page on Facebook, where there was a picture of Todd Youth playing a bass guitar and Ray B's standing behind him. Okay, let me explain something to you. Before Todd Youth played, and well, the kid thought it was Warzone. The kid that posted thought it was Warzone, but Todd Youth played bass in bands before he started playing guitar. I know everybody knows him better as a guitar player than a bass player. Everybody knows him, I should say. Because Todd was an agnostic front before Kabula was, and he had some issues with his parents, which is why he never how should I say? Which is why I never went on tour. I mean, because of the age. It was the age thing that was involved at that time. But when Ray B's joined Warzone as a drummer, he started doing Skinhead Youth at the same time, with him singing and Todd playing bass. So don't forget, they were two different bands. They were not the same band. They coexisted in the same time period. Now another thing, and then Todd came back in '85 back to New York, and then he ended up playing bass in Warzone. He ended up playing bass in Warzone. and then you know until I decided. He ended up playing bass in Warzone until I decided to leave the band, and he went on one of his sabbaticals, I'll just say. And then you know Warzone came back together with but then Todd took over second guitar, Tito switched over bass, and Brad, aka Batmite, played second guitar. And that's when Todd started, being an official guitar player for just about everything he did after that. So I just want to strain out that little tidbit of information that I saw. Okay. Hey, what's up, John Bello? You still living in Boynton Beach? I'll try to catch these chats. Try to catch these chats when people show up. Okay, now Punk Rock Revolution. The book is still available on Amazon, but when the 1 year anniversary of the book comes out, I'm going to have it unpublished and get some new information in there and other updates made, and then republish it again. Because right now, even if I, see, you have to have the book, see on Amazon, if you need to make changes to the book, you have to have it unpublished first, and then republished as a new book. Now, what was that? Hold on a second. I'm just checking out a text message I got here. Yeah, I mean, this is my show. I do whatever the hell I want on there. Huh. Hold on a second. Let's see something here. Hold on. Alright, this is like this is like the first time doing this type of stream. I do other shit too, but I know all our friends have been touring lately. Got AF, Murphy's Law. Actually, I want to say, I know Murphy's Law did play Orlando last week, I heard, but I wasn't able to, the 9th, I believe. I wasn't able to attend, the 9th or 10th, I think it was. Yeah, I wasn't able to attend that show or make the trip out there, but hopefully next time I'll try to see somebody that comes around. Yeah, we got stuff going on in Gainesville. Sometimes I have to go to Tampa to see shows. I mean, there ain't really much going on in the city I'm in as far as underground music goes. I mean, there is a place here a bar called Mutiny that I saw a band Fortitude play a show, which was a pretty cool show. Alright, so I know it's just weird, but anyway. Right, I'm gonna do this for the. All right. I mean, there's some other stories I could tell you if you want me to bring some stuff up. You know, just post it in the comments or on my Facebook page. Now, as far as music, at the moment I'm not doing anything right now. But there's always that word, never say never. You know, I mean, it's a matter of working with the right people. You know, even some of the great people out there have been plagued with hanging around with how should I say, unproductive. Well, not really. I would say unreliable people, or people that bring negative energy around, you know, which is never good. So, you know, yeah, there's always situations like where, you know, you're dealing with people that things are not getting done. You know, that gets to be disheartening. Would have liked to have done another record, but like I said, never say never. You know, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing my YouTube stuff. Try to get some, you know, throw some stuff around, some random stuff like the shorts. You know, I do my gaming videos on here too. Okay, now here's another thing I want to bring up. This new black flag lineup that's in circulation right now. It's like Rejuvenate and whoever the hell he gets in the band. I mean, let it rest. Let it rest. I know, I understand, you know, the bands want all this reunion money. But come on now. Come on now. How many times, you know, you're going to beat down that dead horse? Please. I mean, Black Flag was a great band back in the day. It was a revolutionary, but where's the revolution now? Where is it? Who's you know? I mean, everybody talks about rebellion, but who the hell is everybody rebelling against? Does anybody even know what they're fighting for? Anyway, I'll just keep it this about music. I'm not discussing no politics on here. Whatever you do, you do. That's fine. I just don't. This is not the platform for that sort of debate. Hold on a second. Alright, now I know this is the first time doing this stuff. Doing this in this sort of setting. Anyway, I'm going to end this live stream now. I thank whoever's watching it. I thank you for watching. And if you can find it in your heart to help out the channel, please do so by checking the description box below. And please share, comment, and like. Thank you for watching. So let's see. I got some other stuff. Let me see. No, not that one. Okay, here we go. I gotta get rid of it. Yeah, there's Rejuvenate shirts that we're selling on Bonfire. We do have a new design actually, so go on the website and check it out. Please smash that like button and subscribe for more Tommy Rant New York Hardcore stories. Thank you for watching. That's it.